Hello, wonderful friends. Let me ask you something from the heart. Have you noticed your grip feeling weaker, or maybe carrying groceries feels heavier than it used to? Do stairs seem steeper, or do you tire faster even after doing simple chores like making the bed or gardening? If you felt this, you're not alone. In the United States, research shows that nearly 1 in 3 adults over the age of 60 experiences some degree of sarcopenia. That's the medical term for age-related muscle loss. And by the age of 80, up to half of all adults may struggle with it. Now here's the serious part. Sarcopenia isn't just about losing strength. It's closely linked to falls, fractures, hospitalizations, loss of independence, and even a shorter lifespan. The CDC reports that falls are the leading cause of injury and death in older adults, and muscle weakness is one of the biggest contributors. But here's the good news, and I want you to really hold on to this. Sarcopenia is not inevitable. Yes, muscle loss comes with aging, but the degree of that loss, and how it affects your daily life, is in your control. With the right habits, you can slow it down, prevent it, and even rebuild strength. And that's what today's video is all about. Together, we'll uncover what sarcopenia really is and why it matters. 4 things to stop doing that are silently making muscle loss worse. 4 things to start doing that protect your strength and independence. And finally, our smart golden lesson, the single most effective step you can take to fight sarcopenia for life. So, what exactly is sarcopenia? Think of your muscles like a savings account. When you're young, the balance is high. You can lift, run, work, and bounce back quickly. But as we age, if we don't make regular deposits of strength through activity and protein, we slowly start withdrawing from that account. Scientists define sarcopenia as the progressive loss of muscle mass, strength, and function with age. It often begins quietly in your 40s, but by the time you hit 60, the losses become more noticeable. On average, adults lose 3 to 5% of their muscle mass per decade after 40. And here's the catch. This isn't just about muscle size or looking toned. It's about how well your muscles function. Weak muscles make it harder to rise from a chair, open jars, or maintain balance when walking. A slower walking speed is actually one of the strongest predictors of hospitalization and early mortality in older adults. A large study funded by the National Institutes of Health showed that adults with sarcopenia are 2 to 3 times more likely to lose independence in daily activities such as bathing, cooking, or even dressing themselves. And here's something that may surprise you. Sarcopenia doesn't just affect your mobility. It's linked to metabolic problems too, like insulin resistance, higher blood sugar, and even inflammation that can worsen heart disease. So sarcopenia is not just about weak arms or legs. It's about your whole health, independence, and quality of life. Now here's where I want you to feel encouraged. You do not need to become a bodybuilder or live at the gym to fight sarcopenia. The solution isn't extreme. Instead, it's about avoiding 4 very common mistakes, habits most people don't even realize are harming their muscles, and adopting 4 simple, powerful practices that restore and protect your strength. And remember, stay with me until the very end, because our smart golden lesson will reveal the single most effective strategy, the secret duo, that can transform the way your muscles age. 4 things to stop. 1. Stop avoiding protein. Many older adults cut back on protein without realizing the consequences. Sometimes it's because appetite decreases, chewing meat is harder, or they think protein is only for athletes. But protein is the building block of muscle. Without it, your body can't repair or grow muscle tissue. Here's the reality. Surveys show that 40% of adults over 70 in the US do not meet daily protein requirements, and those who eat the least protein have the highest rates of muscle weakness and frailty. Imagine trying to build a house without bricks. That's exactly what your body faces when you skimp on protein. 2. Stop living a sedentary lifestyle. We've all heard the phrase, use it or lose it. When it comes to muscle, this couldn't be truer. Extended sitting or inactivity accelerates muscle breakdown. Research has shown that just 10 days of bed rest in older adults can lead to as much muscle loss as you'd normally expect over a year. That's how quickly inactivity harms muscle. And here's the kicker. Sarcopenia isn't only about inactivity, it's also about too little intensity. Walking is wonderful, but if it's the only movement you get, it's not enough to rebuild muscle. 3. Stop over-relying on processed foods. It's easy to lean on packaged, ready-to-eat meals, especially if cooking feels tiring. But processed foods are often high in calories, yet low in the nutrients muscles need. They lack quality protein, vitamin D, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids, all vital for muscle health. Instead of feeding your muscles, processed foods feed inflammation and speed up frailty. In fact, studies show that a diet heavy in ultra-processed foods is linked to a 25% higher risk of frailty in adults over 60. 4. Stop ignoring strength and balance. Many older adults think that walking or light stretching is enough. While these are good for the heart and flexibility, they don't prevent sarcopenia. The #1 intervention proven to combat muscle loss is resistance training. And yet, less than 15% of adults over 65 in the U.S. perform strength training twice a week, as recommended by the CDC. And here's another often overlooked factor: balance. Weak muscles plus poor balance equals falls. Remember, falls are the #1 cause of injury-related deaths in seniors. Ignoring strength and balance work is like leaving your front door wide open in a storm. 4 things to start. 1. Start prioritizing protein at every meal. Aim for 20-30 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Spread it out. It's more effective than eating it all at once. What does this look like? Breakfast, 2 eggs, plus Greek yogurt, plus a slice of whole grain toast. Lunch, lentil soup with chicken or turkey. Dinner, salmon with quinoa and vegetables. Studies show that seniors who meet protein goals cut their risk of sarcopenia by nearly 50% compared to those who don't. 2. Start resistance exercises twice a week. You don't need a fancy gym. Resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even your own body weight can do wonders. Simple movements like chair squats, wall push-ups, or lifting soup cans help activate major muscle groups. Research shows that resistance training just 2 to 3 times a week can increase muscle strength by up to 40% in older adults, even those in their 80s and 90s. That means it's never too late to start. 3. Start adding vitamin D and omega-3s. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in muscle contraction and bone health. Low vitamin D levels are shockingly common. Nearly 50% of adults over 65 in the U.S. have insufficient levels. Meanwhile, omega-3 fatty acids from fish like salmon or supplements help reduce inflammation, making it easier for muscles to grow and recover. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who combined omega-3 supplements with resistance training built more muscle than those who exercised without omega-3s. 4. Start practicing balance and functional movements. Your muscles aren't just for strength, they're also for stability. Practicing balance exercises reduces the risk of falls dramatically. Try this. Stand on one leg while holding onto a chair for support. Practice sit to stand from a chair without using your hands. Walk heel to toe in a straight line, like walking on a balance beam. These movements may seem simple, but they train your body to stay steady in everyday situations. Remember, preventing a fall could mean preventing a fracture that changes your life. Here it is. The single most powerful way to fight sarcopenia is the combination of protein and strength training. Protein alone won't work if you don't challenge your muscles, and strength training won't build muscle if you don't feed your body enough protein. It's the marriage of these two that delivers lasting results. So here's your golden takeaway. Fuel your body, then move your muscles. Consistency, not perfection, is what protects your independence for life. So friends, today we've learned that sarcopenia is common, but not inevitable. We've seen that avoiding low protein, sedentary habits, processed foods, and ignoring balance work is essential. And we've discovered that by embracing protein-rich meals, resistance training, key nutrients, and functional balance exercises, you can protect your strength and independence at every stage of aging. And let's not forget our smart golden lesson: protein plus strength training, the unbeatable duo for lifelong muscle health. If this video inspired you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Daily Joy for Seniors, and share in the comments. Which start habit will you try first to strengthen your muscles? Together we can keep building not just longer lives, but stronger, more joyful lives.